everyone, welcome back to the Secret Garden and Fresh Food Friday. Today we're actually going to take a break from talking about garden maintenance and how to have a successful garden, and we're actually going to make something. We'll be making salsa today. So first things first is we're going to go through the garden and we're going to collect some vegetables for our salsa. Alright, so we gathered some produce, some different tomatoes, some jalapenos, an onion, and then we had some from a couple of days ago when we were in here harvesting as well. So when we harvested our onions, I only like to use the ends of it for salsa, and then the green parts can go in salads, can go in soups, stews, anything. They freeze really well if you just cut them up. It's easy to just cut them with scissors rather than with a knife. So for our salsa, we'll start off with cutting tomatoes. Ingredients you should have for salsa, or that I like to have all the time, is tomatoes, jalapenos to add a little bit of spice, onions, garlic, salt, and then a lime for a little bit of that acidity. You can also put cilantro in if you like. The great thing about salsa is that if you aren't a great cook, it's an easy thing to kind of start with and dive into, because you can't mess salsa up. If you think it doesn't taste great, you could add something else. You could add a little bit more tomatoes if it ends up being spicier than you would like. You can always add a little extra garlic if you're not getting the flavor you want. So it's great because you can just add, and you might end up with a huge bowl of salsa, but who doesn't want a huge bowl of salsa? So sometimes I like to make chunky salsa like I'm doing right now, like a pico de gallo, but other times I will put it all in the food processor. And you can even boil all the ingredients together until your tomato skins peel, and then that'll help them blend a little bit smoother, as well as the flavors melding together a little bit more. But super easy if you have a food processor or even a blender to just throw your ingredients. If you want quick salsa, it's a great tool to have in the kitchen. So when cutting jalapenos, some people can be really sensitive to the spice. The spice can bother their eyes, it can bother your fingertips. A lot of people think that the spice comes from the seeds that are in the jalapenos, but it's actually from the pith, the lighter part of the jalapeno. So if you don't like a whole lot of spice but want that jalapeno flavor, you can just take out that center part and the seeds, and it will lessen the spice of your jalapenos. I love spice, and these jalapenos don't smell too spicy to me, so we're just gonna put the whole thing in. So this garlic bulb we grew in the Secret Garden as well. It got pulled probably a month and a half or so, and then it was dry so that it will last a long period of time. I like garlic bulbs because they produce little waste. So you don't have to buy containers of them. You can just buy whole garlic cloves. They're easy to use. So when you're ready to peel a clove, we'll probably do 3 cloves in here. You can smash it down either with your palm, or you can even use the back of your knife to smash it as well. And then it peels a little bit easier. And then you can chop your garlic finely, or you can even put it into a garlic press. Typically I use a garlic press. I did not bring that today. That's okay, so I'll just chop it finely really quick. Just a couple more steps. We're gonna add our lime. So I have found that if you roll your lime and then cut it, it helps to get the juices out easier. So you'll be able to get the most juice out of your lime if you roll it and make that lime a little bit soft. And then we're just gonna cut it in half Limes usually don't have seeds in them, but sometimes lemons do, and you can just catch the seeds in your hand if you're worried about any seeds getting in. And then lastly, we will add our salt. So we're gonna do maybe a teaspoon or so to start. I just guesstimate. I like salty, so I've never feared putting too much salt in. And we'll mix it up and have a taste, see if it needs anything extra. Have our tortilla chips for the tasting. Not too spicy, not too salty. I think that it is pretty good. I'll let it sit for a little bit before I enjoy it with my lunch to allow all those flavors to meld together a little bit. But like I said, making salsa isn't hard. You can just add things together and add a little bit more if some flavor is off or if something's too much in there. You can add more of the other ingredients. We'll throw up an easy recipe that you can take a look at and use as your starter. Hopefully you are able to make some fresh salsa soon and enjoy it with some nachos or tacos or just having chips and salsa. See you next time. Bye.